Be More or Less is a piece that I put together as a trio of dance, flute, and spoken word. And I wrote the spoken word piece really to express the inner voice and battle that can go on within women about their size and how they're perceived and how that makes them feel, but also looking a little further at the journey that they took to get to the place that they are, whether good or bad. And is there any place in that journey that one can look at yourself and own, take ownership of, take responsibility for, and then take responsibility for change or growth or movement in a different direction than where you are? And so the piece is made up of 3 components, 3 beautiful, full-figured women expressing creativity through music, through dance, and through words. It was actually my first stab at composing for flute, and it was a really fun collaborative effort between myself and Rebecca White, who was in the piece originally. And I loved working with the dancer, Tiny Cell Rodriguez. And just to see her form and to see the reaction of an audience as they watch her, as they see her, and stand in awe of the beauty of this dancer, just as she was made, and yet still know the honesty and the reveal of the struggle and the turmoil of choosing dance in an industry and in an art form that sometimes puts so much pressure on the outward appearance of the dancer. And so she did a beautiful job. And I remember when I first gave her the words and asked her if it fit, if it read, if it was real at all. And she said, you know, I read it the first time and I had to stop halfway through because for me in my life, it spoke so true. I couldn't get through it without crying. And that was the biggest compliment I could ever get about writing anything, that it would connect with someone in such a real way. Starts like this. Look at me. Yes, me. The plump little sister with the pretty face. That's always the compliment to the big bone girl. She's got a pretty face. Well, I do. But that's neither here nor there, 'cause my face is just a part of me. Less than 6% part of me, to be exact. But I do thank you. But as you do, I too need to look at me and assess, who do I see? What do I believe? How do I proceed to love my body? Good question. I wish I could say there was a time I could recall when my frame was lean and small, but that's not quite true. Smaller than today, yes, but I never touched a size 2, or a 6, or an 8, at least not in my full-grown woman state. I've been the wrong size, at least in someone's eyes, on the playground, at the gym, and in the small voice within who says, being more means being less, over and over again. Less in a dress, a pant, a suit. Less self-esteem made me a self-made mute. With no voice, there is no choice. And so I was a prisoner of my own self-image, trapped and frustrated in this body of lies, as if its figure could truly comprise the full beauty of my worth. The woman who gives man birth, created to be like God in love, compassion, and kindness, needs that kindness to begin with me, and who I see in the reflection of your eyes. Look at me. Now, what do I see? I'm a cutie. Ooh, a catch. I got too much booty. I'm a wretch. Well, just beyond that reflection, I see my own eyes' reflection staring back at me. And that's the most important mirror I see. And that's where I'll begin to be my own best friend, putting discord to an end and love my body. Not a love just because, with no truth or consequence, but tough love that rebukes the garbage I put into this house, my house, the home of my heart. Taking care of what's there is where I'm gonna start. Stop the abuse and the excuse, 'cause she's the only one I've got. No more cheating, late night binges that more often than not make her feel ugly and fearful that I won't ever stop. To love someone is to treat her right. Not to subject her to your every vice and then expect her to be all right. That's not nice. And there's a price. But I've skipped out on my half, and she's picked up the slack. And here we stand, the end result. This is where we're at. It's hard to see and sad to me, not that this is where I am, but the road that took me here. I didn't have to treat her so bad because of my powerlessness and fear. Well, no more excuses, abuses, and lies. I'll get the help that I need. I'll get down on my knees and repent from the sin I've been in. She can't anymore. Time to step through the door and let the healing begin. Time to face my abuser and expect retribution for injustices that you see. 'Cause before you or you love me, I first have to love my body.